All right, welcome to Lucid Logos. My name is Amari. Today I was watching this video with Jordan Peterson having a conversation with Bishop Barron, two great minds. The video was called How Does One Find God? Now in my description, you'll see that I believe that consciousness is the presence of God. And I'll be going very deep into that in this channel. However, in this video, I wanted to go ahead and focus on what Jordan Peterson has to say about consciousness and the logos, hence Lucid Logos for my title. Thanks for your attention. Let's get right into it.
The audience is practically about certain elements of, let's say, Judeo-Christian fundamental beliefs. So, you know, I spent, I think, 2.5 hours, the first biblical lecture I did on the first sentence of Genesis, and then tried to take the opening chapters apart in great detail. But some very interesting propositions from a psychological and philosophical perspective in Genesis. I mean, I look at it sort of technically, in some sense, as a statement about the nature of being. I mean, what Genesis reveals to me is that there has to be a structure to encounter possibility, or that there is a structure that encounters possibility. That's built into reality itself. And that structure is God the Father. And
I'm going to stop at just one quick moment because I want to highlight this bit. He says God the Father, and when I hear God the Father, I think it's a concession. It's kind of like a symbol to point to that which is responsible for all of existence and creation. Christians, of course, would argue that it is actually the personal anthropomorphic God. I'll continue.
That structure uses a process, and the process is the logos. And the logos is something like courageous, truthful communication. It's the word, but it's much more than that. And it uses that to encounter this potential and to generate order. And it seems to me that that's psychologically akin to what human beings do with their own consciousness. You know,
So there he just drew that parallel with the logos and what humans do with consciousness. So the logos, when referred to in Christianity, actually it means, you know, Jesus Christ, God made flesh, man. However, if you can see in my description in Greek philosophy, it accounts for just the natural order of the cosmos, and rhetorically, it refers to the ability to reason, essentially.
The new atheist types and the materialist scientists tend to consider human beings deterministic organisms. But my understanding of neuropsychology is that the only time that we are deterministic organisms is when circuits for specific tasks have been built up through lengthy practice and can be run automatically. Yeah. And much of the time in our lives, and I talk to my audiences about this, what we do is we wake up in the morning, our consciousness reappears on the plane of being, let's say. And
so consciousness appears on the plane of being is what he says. How life feels to me, consciousness and being are not mutually independent. They're one and the same. I think that's true for him. I think that's true for you. I think that consciousness is the primal observer, the primal experiencer. And then all of experience appears to the observer as the objective world, as qualia, as sensations and perceptions and thoughts, experience.
What we face in front of us is an unstructured and potential-filled chaos. Yeah. And our consciousness determines the manner in which that potential transforms itself into the actuality of order,
and that's how we build our habits, our personality, our culture, our society, because we're confronted with what the hell are we doing? What do we have to do in this world? Okay, well, let's figure it out. And we figured out architecture and agriculture and language and science and philosophy and religion and so on and so forth.
The present and the past. And And I think everyone understands that. We treat each other that way. Like we treat ourselves as if we are responsible for what we bring into existence. That's part of our moral responsibility. We treat each other as if that's part of what makes us worthwhile as creatures, right? That's part of our value. We treat ourselves as if the nature of what we bring into being is determined by our choices between good and evil.
That's 100% true. That's 100% true. Every single day when you wake up, you have that battle, good and evil. You could use whatever words to define that or distinguish that duality, but that is the choice that approaches us every morning. Every single day that I wake up, I can choose to go to work because I'm employed, and that would allow me to earn my income to take care of myself and my family and feed our bellies and give us a home to live in. Or I can choose not, right? And if I choose not, that is my choice. However, it would contribute to a worse life. Hunger, homelessness, discomfort, no direction, no purpose, right? These are the things that would happen if we go in that direction. And not only would happen, but then we get into the habit of doing and possibly teaching to our offspring. And one final thing to know about that duality that manifests, I think that is the eternal battle that every single human struggles with in life. And the reason why I believe that the Bible and any other religious text was written is to emphasize that. And of course, in mythology or narrative, they've kind of created a God figure and a devil figure as his opposition, and then this battle that goes on between them. So if you want to watch this video, I'm going to end it here. The video is called How Does One Find God? Bishop Barron kind of just jumps in and gives his response to this. I wanted to highlight mostly Jordan Peterson's perspective here because he was touching upon the logos and consciousness and how it interacts with the world and generates an experience for you as the individual, but then collectively as a people. So again, my name is Amari. My channel is Lucid Logos. I'm very new to this. So for those of you who stuck around or gave me a subscribe, I really appreciate it. I very much intend to improve my content. I will get deeper into my claims, and I hope that this was at least a little bit enlightening for you. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section, engage with me. I'd be happy to talk to all of you. Thank you and have a good one.